Liam Carter didn't expect much from life. He lived in a dusty corner of Mars near the old mining colonies that most had forgotten. His garage was small, his tools were second-hand, and his bank account was always empty. But he was good with machines. Really good. And that kept him alive. One day, things changed. He got a message on his terminal. It blinked quietly on the screen, like it didn't want to be noticed. The logo at the top was fancy: Intergalactic Legal and Estate Services. Liam almost deleted it. Spam messages from off-world companies were common. Most promised riches or tech upgrades he couldn't afford. But this one said, "Mr. Liam Carter, you have been named in the last will of Zorblack 7. Liam froze. Zorblack 7, that name brought back memories. Years ago, a strange alien ship crashed not far from his garage. The pilot crawled out, tall, purple, with too many eyes and even more questions. He called himself Zorblack 7, a traitor from some far-off system. He spoke broken English and loved Earth music, especially old rock bands. They became friends. Zorblacks fixed his own ship eventually, but he kept coming back. He liked Liam's company. They talked about everything: space, planets, people, and what it meant to be alive. When Zorblacks left for the last time, he gave Liam a small crystal chip and said, "If anything happens to me, you'll know what to do." Then he vanished. Now, years later, here was proof he hadn't just disappeared. The message said Liam had inherited something big: a fortune, properties, and something called a custodial companion unit. That part confused him. 2 days later, a sleek transport pod landed outside his garage. The locals gathered around, curious. Word had spread fast. Some thought it was a joke. Humans didn't inherit from aliens. Not legally. Not ever. But when the pod opened, there was no doubt. Inside stood a small machine, 6 limbs, glowing eyes, and a voice that sounded oddly familiar. "Hello, human," it said. "I am Vex, custodial companion unit assigned to Liam Carter. You are late. Let us begin." Liam blinked. "You're talking?" "I am also thinking, calculating, and preparing for danger," Vex replied. "You are now rich. People will try to hurt you." The crowd gasped. Vex stepped forward and scanned Liam with a soft beep. Then it turned to the others. "He is who?" "He says he is. Please leave. This human needs rest before the chaos begins." People laughed, but slowly they walked away. Only Kira, a young woman who worked at the local data center, stayed behind. "Is it true?" she asked. "Did you really get everything?" Liam looked at Vex, then back at her. "I guess so." Kira smiled. "Then you're going to need help." She wasn't wrong. Later that night, inside Liam's tiny garage-turned home, Vex explained the basics. Zorblack 7 had been a successful trader, buying and selling rare goods across the galaxy. He had no family, no home planet, just friends. And Liam was one of them. The inheritance included a large sum of interstellar credits, 3 properties on different moons, a private spaceship hidden in orbit, and Vex. "You were important to him," Vex said. "He trusted you more than his own kind." Liam sat down. He felt dizzy. "Why me?" "You were honest," Vex replied. "You never asked for anything, you listened, and you made him laugh." That made Liam smile, but the joy didn't last long. By morning, the news had gone viral. "Human inherits alien fortune" headlines lit up every screen on Mars. Reporters showed up. So did strangers with offers, some friendly, some not. One man came asking for a loan. Another tried to sell Liam protection services. One woman offered to manage his money, for a fee, of course. Vex handled them all with calm precision. It could speak any language, analyze threats, and even block signals trying to hack into Liam's new accounts. But Vex also had attitude. When a shady lawyer tried to claim the inheritance was invalid, Vex simply said, "Your argument has a 93% chance of failing. Please leave before I call security." The lawyer left. Liam watched. In awe. "You're not just a robot, are you?" "No," Vex said. I am built to learn, adapt, protect. And you knew Zorblax well? There was a pause. Yes, Vex said softly. He was my creator, my friend, and now you are mine. Liam didn't know what to say. Suddenly he wasn't just a mechanic anymore. He was something more. He was rich, famous, and possibly in danger. Because somewhere out there someone wasn't happy about a human getting what belonged to an alien. And they were already watching. Liam Carter wasn't used to attention. Back when he was just a mechanic, the loudest thing in his life was the buzz of a welding torch. But now everyone wanted a piece of him. News of his sudden fortune spread fast across Mars. Reporters camped outside his garage. Strangers sent messages begging for money or jobs. Some offered friendship, others hinted at threats. Vex stayed close. Your new life has dangers, Vex said as they walked through town. Many will try to use you. I'm just a guy who fixed a spaceship once, Liam replied. I don't know how to be rich. You do not need to learn, Vex said. You only need to survive long enough to understand why Zorblax chose you. That night, someone tried to break into Liam's new home, a small but fancy apartment on the upper level of the colony. It had soft lights, clean air, and furniture that adjusted itself to his body. But none of that mattered when the window shattered. Glass flew everywhere. A figure in dark armor dropped down from above, holding a weapon. Before Liam could move, Vex was already there. Clank! One of Vex's limbs shot out like a whip and hit the attacker's wrist. The weapon clattered to the floor. With two more quick moves, Vex pinned the man to the ground. Who sent you? Vex asked in a cold voice. The man groaned but didn't answer. Liam stood frozen. Vex scanned the intruder and turned to Liam. He is not human. He is a Grixon mercenary, known for working with crime groups. This one is listed under the name Rocktel. Liam swallowed hard. What do we do with him? Vex paused. We ask questions. It connected to the man's neural chip using a small probe from its arm. A few seconds later, it pulled back. He was paid by an unknown group. They want your inheritance taken from you. Dead or alive? Liam felt cold. They want me dead? Yes, Vex said simply. And others will come. The next day, things got worse. A message came in from a powerful alien company called NextCorp. They claimed the inheritance was illegal. They said aliens couldn't leave property to humans. They demanded Liam return everything, or else. Liam stared at the screen. What do I do? Vex scanned the message. They are bluffing. Their claim has no legal support, but they may still act. Kira showed up again. She was the same girl who had spoken to Liam after Vex arrived. I heard what happened last night, she said. You're in real trouble. Liam nodded. Yeah, and I don't even know why. Kira looked serious. Because you have something rare, not just money. You have proof that a human was trusted by an alien more than their own kind. That doesn't sound dangerous, Liam said. It is, Kira said. Because it shows that humans can matter. That we can be more than workers or traders. We can be friends, partners. Vex added. To some, that idea is very scary. Over the next few days, the attacks began. First, someone hacked into Liam's bank account. Vex caught it in time and locked them out. Then a drone tried to follow him while he walked through the market. Vex destroyed it before it could report. Then came the big one. A sleek ship landed near Liam's apartment. Out stepped a tall woman in silver armor. Her skin shimmered like water. She was clearly not human. She introduced herself as Minara Voss, a representative of the Concordium, the galaxy's most powerful alliance. I am here to help, she said with a calm smile. This inheritance is unusual. We would like to guide you through this new chapter. Liam didn't trust her. Vex didn't either. There is a 97% chance she is lying, Vex whispered in his ear. Liam crossed his arms. I think I can handle my own life. Minara smiled again. Of course. But remember, not all who love you are truly your friends. With that, she left. Liam watched her go. His stomach felt tight. What did she mean by that? He asked. Vex scanned the area. Unknown. But we must prepare. More enemies are coming. Later that night, Kira sat with Liam in his apartment. You can't stay here, she said. They'll keep coming. Where else can I go? Liam asked. Kira smiled. We leave Mars. Go somewhere bigger, somewhere safer. And do what? Liam asked. Vex spoke up. Find out what Zorblax really left you. Liam looked at Vex, then at Kira. Maybe it was time to stop hiding. Maybe it was time to find the truth. Liam didn't know where to go or what to do. Mars wasn't safe anymore. Every time he stepped outside, he felt like someone was watching him. Vex stayed close, always scanning for danger. Kira helped him pack what little he had. They left in a small shuttle Vex had found hidden in orbit, a gift from Zorblax. As they flew away from Mars, Liam looked out the window. Where are we going? To find what Zorblax really left you, Vex said. The ship's navigation system lit up with a new destination. Europa, one of Jupiter's icy moons. Europa? Liam asked. Why there? Because that is where your real inheritance begins, Vex replied. The trip took 3 days. Europa was cold and quiet, covered in thick ice. It looked dead from space, but Vex explained that beneath the frozen surface was an ocean, deep, dark, and full of secrets. Zorblax had hidden something here long ago. Something important enough that even now, years after his death, people were still trying to stop Liam from finding it. When they landed near an old research base, the place looked abandoned. Snow covered most of it. No lights, no movement. Kira pulled her coat tighter. You sure this is the right spot? Vex scanned the area. Yes. There is a hidden entrance 20 meters below us. Liam frowned. How do we get down there? Vex walked forward and placed a claw-like hand on the ground. A soft beep sounded, and then the snow cracked open. A hatch lifted slowly, revealing a staircase leading into darkness. You've got to be kidding me, Liam said. I do not kid, Vex said. Let us go. Inside, the air was cold but clean. Lights flickered as they walked deeper underground. The walls were made of metal and stone like someone had built over something older. This place was built by humans, Kira said, looking at the writing on the walls. But it's been updated, probably by Zorblax. They reached a large door marked with symbols, some human, some alien. Vex stepped forward. This is it. It touched a panel beside the door. Nothing happened. Then Liam remembered the crystal chip Zorblax had given him before leaving all those years ago. He pulled it out and placed it on the scanner. The machine hummed. Lights turned. Green. With a loud hiss, the door opened. Inside was a room unlike anything they'd seen. Rows of glowing screens lined the walls. Floating data orbs hovered in midair. In the center stood a tall column of light, a terminal waiting to be used. Vex walked up to it. This is the vault. What kind of vault? Liam asked. A vault of truth, Vex said. Zorblax gathered information here. Dangerous information. Kira stepped closer. What kind of info? Vex paused. Proof that the Concordium, the powerful alien alliance, has broken its own laws. Proof that they have stolen from other worlds, lied, killed. Liam's heart pounded. That's why people want to stop me. Yes, Vex said. If this data reaches the galaxy, many will fall. Kira looked at Liam. You could change everything. Liam swallowed hard. He wasn't ready for this. He wasn't a hero. He was just a guy who fixed machines. But Zorblax had trusted him, and now so did Vex. Before they could say more, alarms began to blare. Red lights flashed. We are not alone, Vex said. From the shadows, a figure stepped forward. Tall, armored, familiar, Minara Voss, the woman from the Concordium. She smiled. I told you not all friends are true friends. Behind her, more figures appeared. Soldiers, weapons raised. Liam backed up. How did you find us? Minara tilted her head. You think Zorblax was the only one watching you. You're more important than you realize. Vex moved in front of Liam. Step back, or be removed. Minara laughed. You can't fight us all, little machine. Vex's eyes glowed red. Try me. The room filled with tension. Liam looked around. They were trapped, but Vex had a plan. Liam, Vex whispered, get to the terminal, activate the data burst. How? There is a button labeled launch. Press it when I say. Liam nodded. Vex turned to Minara. You will not take this. Minara raised her weapon. We'll see about that. Then Vex moved. Fast. It fired a pulse from its arm, knocking. Out the lights, sparks flew, smoke filled the room. Now, Vex shouted. Liam ran to the terminal and hit the button. A bright beam shot upward, breaking through the ice and reaching into space. The data was sent. Live, across the galaxy. Minara screamed, no! But it was too late. The truth was free, and the galaxy would never be the same. The beam of light from the vault vanished into the sky, disappearing through Europa's icy crust and out into space. The data had left the moon, but where it was, Liam didn't know. All he knew was that Minara Voss looked furious. She shouted something in a language he couldn't understand. Her soldiers raised their weapons again, ready to fire, but Vex moved first. With a blur of motion, the small alien drone leapt forward, limbs spinning like blades. One hit knocked a soldier off his feet. Another sent a weapon flying across the room. Liam, Vex called. We must go. Kira grabbed Liam's arm. Come on! They ran past the glowing screens and out through a side door just as a loud boom shook the ground behind them. Alarms screamed louder. Lights flashed red. Minara's voice echoed through the halls. You can't run forever, Carter. They reached a frozen tunnel. Snow blew inside from cracks in the walls. Kira tapped her wrist device. Our shuttle is still waiting above, but we need to move fast. Vex scanned the area. Multiple hostiles closing in. We have less than 5 minutes before they surround us. Liam's heart pounded. He wasn't built for this kind of life. He was a mechanic, not a fighter or a hero. But Zorblax had believed in him, and now so did Vex. They kept running until they found an old lift. It creaked as it lowered them even deeper underground. This place is huge, Kira said, looking around. It was meant to last, Vex replied. Zorblax built this vault to protect more than secrets. When the lift stopped, they stepped into a new room, much smaller than the main vault, but filled with strange machines and glowing panels. In the center stood a single chair. Liam walked toward it. What is this? A memory core, Vex said. Zorblax left one final message. Kira looked at him. For you. Liam sat down. Lights turned on. A soft hum filled the air. Then a hologram appeared. It was Zorblax. He looked exactly like Liam remembered. Tall, purple-skinned, many-eyed, and smiling. Hello, my friend, the hologram said. If you are seeing this, then I am truly gone. Liam swallowed hard. I left you this inheritance because I trusted you, Zorblax continued. Not just with my things, but with my truth. He paused. The Concordium has been hiding. What they've done. They think no one will stop them, but humans, you are different. You do not give up. You do not forget. Liam blinked. Why me? Because you listened, Zorblax said. You made me laugh. You fixed my ship without asking for anything. And when I needed a friend, you were there. The hologram looked straight at him. I hope you use what I gave you well. Be careful, be strong, and remember, not everyone who says they want peace is your ally. The image faded. Silence filled the room. Liam stared at the spot where the hologram had been. Kira put a hand on his shoulder. That was real. Vex nodded. Yes. And now we must decide what to do next. Before anyone could answer, a voice came through Kira's earpiece. Kira? This is base. We received the signal. The data is spreading. Kira's eyes widened. It's working. Yes, the voice said. People are seeing it. Worlds are reacting. The Concordium is trying to shut it down, but it's too late. Liam felt a strange mix of fear and hope. They had done it. The truth was free. But Minara wouldn't stop. She would come after them. We need to leave this system, Kira said. Now, Vex agreed. I have calculated 6 possible escape routes. All lead to human-controlled space. Liam stood up. Let's go. As they hurried back toward the lift, Kira asked, What now? Liam looked at Vex. We keep moving. We keep fighting. And we find others like us. Others? Kira asked. Humans who matter, Liam said. Vex's eyes glowed softly. Agreed. Let us begin. They reached the surface just as the sky lit up with lights. Not stars, but ships. One of them was theirs. They ran toward it, snow crunching beneath their boots. Behind them, the vault was still standing. But the war had just begun. The ship lifted off from Europa's icy surface, rising through the thin clouds and into space. Liam sat by the window, watching the frozen moon shrink behind them. They were free, for now, but they knew Minara Voss wouldn't stop chasing them. She worked for the Concordium, a powerful group of alien nations that had ruled the galaxy for centuries. And now, thanks to the data burst from Zorblax's vault, the truth about their crimes was spreading. People across the stars were seeing it. Some were shocked, some were angry, and some wanted revenge. Inside the cockpit, Kira was busy checking the navigation system. We need to jump to human space, she said. There are colonies out there not under Concordium control. Vex stood beside her, scanning incoming signals. Multiple ships are tracking us, it said. One is confirmed. As Minara Voss' vessel, Liam swallowed hard. She's still after us? She will not stop until the data is erased, Vex replied. And until you are silenced. Kira turned to Liam. You're not just a rich guy anymore. You're a symbol. A symbol? Liam asked. Yes, Vex said. To many you represent something new. A human trusted by an alien more than his own kind. That idea, it threatens the old order. Liam didn't like the sound of that. He wasn't a leader. He wasn't even sure he liked being famous. But he couldn't run forever. Where can we go, he asked. There is a hidden relay station near the edge of the Orion Belt, Vex said. It has secure channels. We may be able to send more messages from there. Kira nodded. And maybe find allies. Liam looked at both of them. Let's do it. They jumped into hyperspace. For hours, everything was quiet. Too quiet. Then, during the final stretch before reaching the relay station, Kira noticed something strange on the sensors. There's another ship ahead, she said. Unmarked. Vex scanned it. Unknown origin. No known ID code. Liam leaned forward. Could it be friendly? Before anyone could answer, the unknown ship fired. Boom! The blast shook their ship. Lights flickered. Alarms screamed. They're trying to stop us, Kira shouted. Vex quickly analyzed the attack pattern. This ship uses Concordium tech. They're working with Minara. Liam's stomach dropped. How did she find us so fast? All of a sudden, everything clicked. He turned to Kira. Did you tell anyone where we were going? Kira froze. What? No. But Vex was already moving. It stepped in front of her and scanned her wrist device. Signal detected, Vex said, coldly. Tracking beacon active. Kira's face went pale. I didn't know. Liam stared at her, heart pounding. You were tracked? I swear I didn't know, Kira said. Maybe when I was captured back on Mars. Maybe they put something inside me. Vex scanned her body. After a few seconds, it confirmed. A microbeacon found beneath the skin on her neck, recently activated. Liam felt a mix of anger and fear. Kira looked at him, eyes wide. Please believe me, I didn't betray you. He wanted to. He really did. But trust was fragile now. We don't have time for this, Vex said. We must escape. The enemy ship fired again, Their engines groaned. "We're losing power," Kira yelled. Liam grabbed the controls. "I can reroute energy from the backup systems." "You'll need time," Vex said. "I will distract them." Before Liam could stop it, Vex opened the ship's comms and sent out a fake distress signal, making it look like they were crashing. Then, using its internal thrusters, Vex launched itself out of the ship through the emergency hatch. "What is it doing?" Kira shouted. "It's buying us time," Liam said quietly. Outside, Vex floated in space. It raised its limbs and fired a pulse of light toward the enemy ship. The blast hit one of the ship's wings, causing it to spin slightly. Then, Vex disappeared, behind a cloud of smoke and fire. Liam watched from the window, heart heavy. "I hope it's okay," Kira whispered. Liam didn't answer. He focused on flying. Minutes later, they reached the relay station. They docked safely, but Vex wasn't with them. As they stepped inside the station, Kira looked at Liam. "I'm sorry," she said. "I never meant to lead them to us." Liam finally met her eyes. "I believe you." She looked relieved. "But we can't make mistakes again," he added. "Not if we want to finish what Zorblak started." Kira nodded. "Then let's keep going." They walked deeper into the station, looking for a way to send more messages, more warnings, more truth. Behind them, the stars glowed silently. Somewhere out there, Vex might still be alive. And somewhere else, Minaravas was waiting. The fight was far from over. Liam and Kira stepped into the heart of the relay station. It was quiet but not empty. Dust floated in the air. Lights blinked slowly on old machines. The place had been abandoned for years, maybe decades. But it still worked. Kira moved to a central console and started typing. "This system can send signals across human space," she said. "If we can boost the signal, we might be able to reach every colony at once." Liam looked around. "And what about Minara? She'll come after us again." "She already knows where we are," Kira said. "We have to act fast." She turned to Liam. "Zorblaks believed in you. Vex believed in you. I believe in you. If we're going to change things, this is our chance." Liam took a deep breath. He wasn't ready for this. He never asked to be part of something big. But he couldn't run anymore. He nodded. "Let's do it." They worked quickly. Kira found the main control panel. It was covered in dust and spider-like wires. She wiped it off and connected her portable drive. "This will take the data from Europa and turn it into a live broadcast," she explained. Liam helped her reroute power from the station's backup systems. Some parts were broken, but they managed to get enough energy flowing. "Almost there," Kira said, fingers flying over the keys. Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. "Incoming ships," Liam read from the screen. "Multiple targets," Kira cursed under her breath. "She found us faster than I thought." Liam ran to a nearby window. Through the glass he saw them. Dark ships with glowing engines cutting through space like knives. Minaravas was coming. "We need to hurry," Liam said. "I know," Kira replied. "Just a few more minutes." Then the station shook. An explosion rocked the walls. Smoke filled the hallway behind them. "They're firing on the station," Liam shouted. Kira gritted her teeth. "I can finish this, but I need protection." Liam looked around. "Where's the defense system?" "There should be one near the docking bay," Kira said. Liam ran toward it, heart pounding. Back on the ship, Vex was waiting. It had survived the fall. Its body was damaged, but its core was intact. It had followed Liam and Kira to the station, hiding inside a storage pod. Now it reactivated. Lights flickered in its eyes. "I must protect Liam," it whispered. Vex opened the pod and rolled out, into the docking bay. It scanned the area. Enemy soldiers were landing. They wore black armor and carried heavy weapons. Vex moved fast. With a burst of speed, it jumped onto a wall and fired a pulse from its arm. One soldier dropped. Another raised his weapon, but Vex was already gone, moving like a shadow. It reached the control room just as Kira finished her work. "The signal is ready," she said, "but we need to launch it manually." Vex stepped forward. "I will do it." No, Liam said. You just got back. I am built to protect, Vex said. Let me do what I was made for. Before Liam could stop it, Vex ran down the hall toward the main antenna. Behind them, enemy troops were closing in. In the control room, Kira turned to Liam. We need to hold them off. Liam grabbed a small tool from his belt and stood by the door. I'm not much of a fighter, he said. But you're brave, Kira replied. They waited. The first soldier kicked open the door. Liam swung the tool like a bat. Clang! The soldier fell. More came. Kira used a small shock device she found on the table. It sent sparks flying and knocked another attacker backward. They fought hard, but they were outnumbered. Then suddenly the whole station lit up. A bright light filled the halls. From the speakers came a voice, calm, clear, and strong. This is a message from Earth. From humanity. We are not weak, we are not silent, and we are not alone. It was the truth, Zorblax's truth, being sent across the galaxy. Every screen, every channel, every world with a signal picked it up. The crimes of the Concordium were now known to all. The soldiers stopped fighting. They stared at their wrist devices, watching the same news spread across their own networks. Some looked angry. Some looked shocked. Some looked scared. Then, one by one, they lowered their weapons. Minara's voice crackled through their comms. Abort mission. Return to base. The soldiers left without another word. Kira and Liam stood in silence. They had done it. The truth was free, and the galaxy would never be the same. Outside, Vex stood beside the antenna, its body smoking. Liam ran to it. Are you okay? Vex's eyes flickered. I am tired. Liam smiled. Thank you. Vex looked at him. Zorblax chose well. You are worthy. Its lights dimmed. Then it went still. Kira put a hand on Liam's shoulder. He saved us. Liam nodded. And now we finish what he started. Across human colonies and alien worlds, people talked about what they had seen. The truth Zorblax left behind had broken through centuries of silence. The Concordium could no longer hide its crimes. Protests grew on many planets. Some leaders resigned, others disappeared. For the first time in history, humans were not just workers or traders. They were seen, and now they were being heard. Liam stood on the surface of a quiet moon near Earth's old solar system. It was peaceful here, far from the warships and politics. He looked up at the stars and thought about everything that had happened. Zorblax had trusted him. Vex had protected him. Kira had helped him believe. And now, he was something more than just a mechanic from Mars. He was a symbol, but he didn't want to be a hero. He wanted to build, to teach, to help others understand that humans could matter, not because of weapons or power, but because of who they were. Back at the relay station, Kira had stayed behind to help organize the growing network of human allies. More people were coming forward. Scientists, pilots, engineers, even former soldiers who believed in something better. She sent Liam a message every few days. We're building something real, she wrote. You started it. Liam didn't answer right away. He wasn't sure how to respond. He had returned to Mars hoping for some peace. But peace didn't last long. One day, as he worked on an old hover bike in his garage, a new ship landed nearby. It was sleek, silent, familiar. Liam stepped outside, shielding his eyes from the sun. From the ship's hatch came a figure. Tall, shiny, metal body, glowing eyes. Not Vex, but someone like him. The new drone walked toward Liam with calm steps. Then it spoke. Hello, human. I am Vex too. Zorblax sent me, and he said you might need help again. Liam blinked. You're kidding. I do not kid, Vex 2 replied. I am your new custodial companion unit, assigned by the will of Zorblax 7. Liam stared at the drone. Same voice, same attitude, almost the same look, but not quite the same. He swallowed hard. You're not him. No, Vex 2 said, but I carry his memory, his mission, and his trust in you. Liam looked down. Vex had died protecting the relay station. Now this new machine stood before him, a reminder of what they had done together, and maybe what they still needed to do. Over the next months, news spread faster than ever. Human ships began traveling deeper into space. New alliances formed between colonies. Even some alien species reached out, curious about this rising race of humans. They weren't perfect. They made mistakes, but they kept going, and they never gave up. On one world, a child asked Kira a question. Why did the aliens listen to us? Kira smiled. Because we showed them something they forgot, she said. That strength doesn't come from size or power. It comes from heart, from courage, from standing up when others expect you to stay down. And from friends like Zorblax, the child added. Yes, Kira said, from friends like him. Back on Mars, Liam sat with Vex 2 beside him. They watched the stars together. You know, Liam said, you're not exactly like the old Vex. I am different, Vex 2 replied, but I have the same purpose. To protect me? Liam asked. To protect what matters, Vex 2 said. Liam smiled. Maybe he wasn't ready for all this. Maybe he never would be. But he wasn't alone. He had Kira. He had Vex 2. He had the memory of Zorblax. And he had the future. A future where humans were no longer forgotten, where they were no longer ignored, where they were no longer just workers or traders. They were explorers, leaders, friends, and sometimes heroes.